Hi, I'm Annette O'Toole.
I'm Michael McKean.
And this is the story of our
first date. Oh, I remember the first time I laid eyes on you in person was at a screening, I believe at Universal, and you were with Bruno.
Bruno Kirby.
And I was with nobody. And I said, oh, but Bruno's got a really cute girlfriend. And you seemed very, very nice and beautiful. And so that was the first time we met.
Yeah, so we would see each other at parties. Like at Rob Reiner's house, there would be a party, and I'd see him, and he was...
Or Bagley.
Or Bagley, Eddie Bagley, or somebody. So we knew each other just to say hi to for many, like 20-something years. And then we did a movie together, a TV movie in Portland, Oregon. We did a movie called, what is it called?
Final Justice.
Final Justice. So we did this movie together, and we became friends. And I was still living in Ashland, Oregon, so he would keep in touch with me. And then one night he called me late at night.
I called you at 11.
It was 11 because you said ER was over.
Yeah,
you weren't watching
I assumed
ER
that everyone in America was watching ER because that was my experience at the time.
I wasn't, because my younger daughter was very, very sick. She had a terrible flu or something, and she was burning up a fever. I had her in bed with me because I was so worried about her. I was watching her. And the phone rings, and it's him, and I said, oh my God, Michael McKean. And I heard it all in his voice. I just heard that he liked me that way, which I never...
think what you heard in my voice is, I'm going all in here.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay, no more of this.
And I did something that I've only seen in movies. And when you see it in the movie, you think, people don't do this in life. But I did. I put the phone down. I said, I really, really want to talk to you, but Anna's so sick. Could we talk tomorrow? He said, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. I thought, he's never going to call me tomorrow. But I put the phone down, and I went in the bathroom and jumped up and down and did silent screaming. It was ridiculous. I said, I'm not 14. What am I doing here? So anyway, he did call me the next day. And so here's our first date.
There was a good gig playing at UCLA. It was Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, and Van Morrison. And I said, that looks like it might be a good first date. So the day of the gig, we did a little shopping.
Well, it was funny. It's sort of a two-part first date, because I was coming down, so I was in LA, and he said, I really need boots. I need new
good dress boots.
Dress boots. Would you come help me do that? And we go to the shoe store known as the
Shoe Lord.
Shoe Lord.
Which sounded like kind of, Tolkien-esque, and said, yeah, good. So I looked at these boots by Bally.
Yes.
Yeah.
You still have them?
I do. And so I tried them on. How do you think? How do they think of that? Good. I said, I'm going to wear them, break them in a little bit, put my old shoes into the box. And so I went up, and I was just paying, and I was looking around for the other box with my other shoes in it, and the shoe lord said, I gave them to your wife. And she heard, and I said, oh, okay. And so we go walking out, and she says to me, in case you're wondering, the answer is yes. So it was like, I got that out of the way. So we still haven't had our first date yet.
This is like the first, well, it's like the curtain raiser.
Yeah, exactly right.
The actual day. So you take me home.
Take you home.
I get ready. So then he comes and gets me, and we go to UCLA.
Bob Dylan opens.
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell plays the middle set.
Yes.
And then Van Morrison comes, and the skies open. Yeah. We were just like the whole auditorium was saying, what's with those two down there?
We were clutching.
You should get a room.
We were like this.
Yeah, it was really
clutching one another, weeping.
Yeah.
He was singing Have I Told You Lately, which is, of course, our song. And it was like, and we had not even kissed. It was the weird, I hope this is hopeful to people, because you never know. I was so not looking for anything. All I wanted was to get back to LA, get my girls in school, get settled, get to work. And I wasn't thinking, I wasn't thinking about marriage or getting with it. None of that was in my head.
Same here. With me, it was no more dames. That's it. No more dames, pal.
It came out of the blue,
yeah.
And it was so strong. And I would have married him that day if we hadn't had these kids.
Damn those kids.
Damn those kids.
We're going to have to break it to them. By the way, we went back to the WP about less than a year later, and the Shoe Lord was gone. It was like that thing where the stand where the guy bought the monkey's paw. There's never been a stand here, sir. So it was like, Shoe Lord, what is this Shoe Lord you speak of? As a gag today in the cab, I turn to her, as I sometimes do, and say, because it's going to be our 20th anniversary next time, I say, they said it wouldn't last. And then we said, no.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that.
They all said, yeah.
Everybody said,
duh.
That seems like a good idea. Kiss at the end of the rainbow.
Come on, boys, potatoes in the paddy wagon, gotta get her out of there. Come on, boys, potatoes in the paddy wagon. Mama says it just ain't fair. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway.